Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, or good morning, depends where you are. Thanks for coming back to my sports and replays and designs channel. What I've got for you here is Let's Play Jai Alai. Okay, so this is a game by Play Games, and I will leave the link in the description below as normal. It's a print and play game, and it's relatively inexpensive. Really, like most games, it's really what you put into it that that is the value. And this is one of those games where the more that you put into it, for sure, the more that you'll get out. And this is exactly why I'm doing this video here today, which you'll see. Um, this game was released in around 2020, and I bought it back then and printed it out and played it a lot. With what I've got here is, for instance, I did a world championship with all of the players that you can get in the game. And here's an example of one here. Annabelle, and you got many of these cards, and there are I think there's nearly 100 or 96 as I have written down. Yeah, 96 players, and I ran a tournament here. 8 missing players are injured, not competing. Anyway, so I ran a tournament like a world championship, and it was really cool, and it went on for sheets and sheets and sheets, and I was doing all the gambling mechanics here, with all the random betting that goes on, and Play Games and Keith provided, before really the advent of AI, a kind of automated set of bettors who would bet on the various players in different ways, and that was really cool. So I was sort of competing against random bettors in the various tournaments. Now, the sort of reason for this video is I'd like to run a night of Jai Alai, and if I can find it, yeah, I've already written out the program here, and these sheets here, these score sheets, are downloaded from the Play site. I think they're in the freebie section. And if you're a player of this game, you may or may not recognize some of these names. So we've got Goyexeri, Zulaka, Goanaga, Irondo, Manu, Spinner, Joseph, and Kubala. Now that's because these are not fictional players. These are real life players that I created back about a year after I started to play the game. I was watching quite a lot of Jai Alai. Incidentally, a little bit of history, I'll leave that on the screen. Incidentally, Jai Alai means Merry Festival in Basque, which is where the game originated from, in sort of northern Spain, south west France. And originally it was a form of handball where the players would throw the ball against church walls, and then it sort of progressed to having leather gloves, and then they have the cesta, which is the sort of long basket that they have now. The game is still widely played, mainly in South Florida, in the Miami leagues, where they've changed the rules, if you like, to sort of a tennis system where the players will face off against each other in teams, rather than having the sort of gambling nights, which they still do. So yeah, what else have I got here? By the way, left-handed players are banned in Jai Alai because of the trajectory of the ball. And as I was looking up some notes here earlier on, found that to be quite interesting. Of course, the ball is very hard and travels at near 200 miles an hour. They used to call it the fastest sport in the world. And, plenty of players were like mortally injured or seriously injured by being hit by these balls. Probably why they had a temporary ban on the sport for a while, but it's come back, and they shortened what's known as the fronton, which here I have a piece of foam board is the fronton, and we're going to imagine this here is the back wall here, which I'm going to try to throw the dice against. And we're going to put the two players here, and we're going to have a sort of a match, or a couple of matches of Jai Alai. And yeah, the new rules is that the area of play has been shortened by about 25% to sort of lessen the speed of the ball. I'm not so sure about that, but I think players these days, in whatever sport that they're in, are getting faster and stronger, and it's just the evolution of humans, isn't it, really? I mean, I often think about basketball, how they're scoring nearly 150 points in a game now. Maybe to make it a little bit more difficult, maybe lengthen the court by, a few meters on each side, or do something, make the basket smaller by a couple of inches. Anyway, food for thought, that one. So let's get on to the game. So I'm not going to use the players that came with the game. And if you look here, play games, basically you have a serve, and for instance, this guy here, if he rolls a 12, which of course is a double six, which is going to be quite difficult, he'll ace. A six is like a double fault. The point will go to the opponent, and in normal play, he's returning the ball between 5 and 10. And this is like his betting ranking, so to work out the odds. So you can sort of see which players are better. This guy's got a better serve because it's closer to the 7. He's returning on high numbers, so he's pretty inconsistent, I'd say. And this one here, I'd say he's probably not the best example of a good player, but there's 3 of them. And so what I did, now I'm going to show you a couple of players. So here's Goexi, who's if you look, he's playing for the Reboot Renegades. Now, in the modern game of Jai Alai, players are in different teams. So here's Flores for the Cesta Cyclones, and these are real life teams, real life players. And I've gone through and got their stats down. So this guy's 5'9", 170 from New Haven. And the way that it plays in the modern game is that Goexi here is a particularly strong, very strong. In fact, he's one of the 3 strongest players in my set. And I've got 30 players, and 2 of them are ranked 32. And the next guy, the highest guy, I think is ranked 29. So as you can see, this guy aces on a 7, so he's very good with the serve. He hardly ever faults. He's got a good return range. And here is like an adjustment to the rules that I've kind of implemented. I watched a lot of Jai Alai, and this particular season where these players were playing for their different clubs, like here's Bueno for the Wall Warriors. He's from Miami, Florida. I watched a lot of the matches. And so when the player was playing, I was watching how he won. And so, for instance, Goexi here, he likes to do the 2-wall kind of finishing shot. If you like, it's like a smash, where he smashes the ball across 2 walls, and he'll like be here, he'll smash it against the wall, and it'll go out of play. And that's one of his sort of finishing moves. And Keith wrote in the optional rules of the game that if you roll a double when you're returning within your return range, then you can have like a -1 on the opponent's return range. So, for instance, if he rolled a double 3, it would be within his return range, and will reduce Bueno's return range to a 2 to 6. Now, I changed that because some players are particularly strong and they don't all have the same strength of finishing move. And Goexi here is like one of the best. So I maxed it at -3. So a player who rolls a double within his return range is dropping his opponent's return range, in this case, by 3. So here's Roque, for instance. He's got a return bonus, if you like, -1. So if Goexi here did his double 3, what else has he got? Double 2, double 3, double, no, that's it. He would drop by 3. So in effect, Roque's return sorry, would be only a 3 to 4 he would need, because it would be such a strong shot. So that's the modifications. And also, sorry, It's always the way. Still suffering from the heat here. Also, the type of shot, so a little bit of narrative here. So Galaxy likes to do the two-wall sort of finishing shot. Here is Roque with the bounce shot. So he likes to jump up in the air really high, smash the ball in the ground, so the ball just travels up into the seats or whatever. That's his like finishing move. And they all have different finishing moves. Let's try to replace Roque where he was. Yeah, they all have different finishing moves. So um, as it happens, Zulaka here, who was Galaxy's first opponent in the first game, his finishing move is an outside shot at -3. So he likes to basically hit the wall and it goes straight outside. And he's got a two-wall shot. So, you know, so that you've got a kind of a visual of what's going on. Other things on these cards, in the new format of the game, S means singles. So in the first singles match for that team, Zulaka here, let's get this in focus. Okay, Zulaka here would be in the first match. And funny enough, so would Gorexi. So let's get a different example. Let's go to Bueno here. So Bueno would be selected in the fifth singles match if they were going to have 5 singles in that match. Bueno would be the third selection in a doubles game. In the second doubles game, within a single match, he would be the 5th selection, whereas Zulaka is in the first singles, the first doubles, and then the third doubles. And this F means he's a front court player. When you come to doing the doubles matches, he would be at the front of the court, and his team member, or team partner, for instance, if it was Roque, which he won't be because he's on a different team, but he's a backcourt player, so he'd be like back here. So when you're working out the shots, you know who's doing the returns and who's doing the serves and things like that. So that's all true to actual. So again, when I watched the games during this season, I was seeing where Zulaka was playing. He was playing at the front and which matches he was involved in. And that's his, you know, like his kind of stats, like 5'11", 185. He's from San Sebastian. So he's a Spanish man. That's his ace percentage. Again, these were worked out from the sites for his ranking, if you like, within the year, and the same with the faults and his return. And then this is basically from me watching the games with him involved in how he was playing, and the bet is reflected on the sort of ranking of the cards in the set. So he's one of the top 3 players in the set, or top 2 players. In fact, our first match, I shuffled all the 30 cards. I think I'll show you some of them here. So I have some of them here, and I got 3 more piles of those. And so I shuffled them all, and of course the first 2 I pulled were two of the strongest cards. So they will be facing off in the first match, in the first game. So the first game we got Gorexi, Zulaka, Goanaga, Irondo, Manu, Spinner, Joseph, and Kubala. And according to the play rules, I've worked out their odds. So if you want to have a little look and see which ones you would back, I'll just show you. So this is Gorexi's card. He's got very good serve. This is Zulaka's card. So his serve is slightly different, slightly better return range. So they're very strong. Here is the number 3 player in this first match, is Goanaga. He's not often going to ace. He's got quite a good return range. Irondo, Miami Chargers again. There's Manu from the Cesta Cyclones. And these are the actual colours. Of course, I did these 5 years ago, and so the colours have sort of blurred and they've kind of gone a bit funny. He's a big guy, this fella. 6'2", 235 pounds, from St John's. Yeah, he's likely to make a few mistakes on the serve. Spinner. That's spinner. Joseph from the Ribote Renegades. The ace is on a 4 and 7, so he's like an ace specialist. He'd be quite a good bet, I think. Trouble is he's down the end. This one's almost faded. Kubala. Ace is on 8. Yeah, interesting as well. So this is the first match, okay? So we've had a bit of an introduction here. So the next time I do a Jai Live video, we'll go straight into the games. But so here you go again. So oh look, there's Joseph, 12-1. So let's say we have an imaginary $50 each, okay? And we've got to go through the sheet. I don't know how many games we're going to play here, but for this first one, obviously these two are very strong, and you think that one of those two will win. And we'll go through the rules of the game as we play. Basically, the guy who stays on court gets a point until we've all gone through one time, and then he'll get 2 points. And the first to 7 will win the game. Well, I'm going to go for an outsider. I'm going to put $5 on Joseph, okay, on my stack. All right, so we'll just put that to one side. We'll get out our players, and the first serve we will say, let's put them out here. We'll say Zulaka's on black, Gorexi's on white. The higher will get the first serve. So Goexi will get the first serve. No, Zulaka will get the first serve, and that's normally on the right side of the court. And Goexi there is returning. Okay, and then these are the other players in order. All right, guys. So now we're going to get going. So welcome to Jai Alai. By the way, the pelota, the ball, is roughly 3/4 the size of a baseball. He's the server. We'll just put that there. Wrapped in goat skin, made of hard rubber. And here it comes. So Julaka is looking for a 6. Server's off. He's rolled a 5. So he's hit the ball across the wall. And now it's got actually to return 4-9. 7. He returns it. Julaka 3-9. 10. He's missed it. And so Goexi picks up the first point. I need something to lean on here. Okay. So Goexi gets the first point, and I normally just do a thing like that. And so Goexi here will be the new server, and Zulaka will go to the back of the queue, so to speak. And next up is Goanaga. Goanaga is his teammate. Goexi to serve. Winner stays on, winner serves. He rolls a 7, he's aced him. Bang. See you later, mate. And Goexi now is up to 2. 7 to win. Next in line. This is the thing. With these two strong players, they could go through the whole pack. Irondu now from the Miami Chargers is the 3rd player. Goexi now looking for that 7 again. Rolls a 6, which is not a fault, so it's just a normal serve. Irondo got a good return range, 2-7, wants a low number. Rolls a 10. Just not able to get to the ball, and Goexi now is 3 up. Looking for 7 to win the match. That's why he's 2-1. Manu next up from the Cesta Cyclones. Here's Goexi. 11. So that's just a normal serve. 3-9 for Manu. It's a 9. He returns it. Goexi now under pressure. 4-9. Rolls an 8. Gets it back. Manu. These balls are traveling between 150 and 200 miles an hour. Manu. 10. Oh, he's missed it. Again, at 10. Goexi now 4-0 on the field. Manu goes back to the pack. Next up, it's Spinner from the Miami Chargers. He's got a good serve if he gets to it. Goexi now with the serve, looking for his 5th point. 10. Just a normal serve. Spinner 2-6. 8. He misses it. Not a very good return range for Spinner. And Goexi goes to 5 points. Looks like he's going to run through the field in match one. Next up, it's Joseph. It's my bet. Well, I don't think I'm going to win here. It's his teammate, Gaexi, with a 10. Just a normal serve. 2 to 6 range on the return for Joseph. Oh, we'll do that second one again. Oh, we have to say it's on the mat. 8. Oh, he's missed it. Gaexi now is at match point. 6 points. Who can stop him? Kubala. We just need somebody to take him off, and then, like, he might not come back, but we'll see. It's Gaexi serving for the match. Needs a 7. Just gets a 4. Normal serve. 4 to 9 for Kubala. It's an 8. And it's a special low ball return he's done. So it's -1. So it's a 4 to 8 now for Gaexi. Or he's off the court. He's rolled a 10. And Kubala stops the action. So he was at match point, Gaexi, and Kubala has just taken the 1 point. So Kubala will be your new server. Gaexi at match point goes back to the pack. And as we've now done a full lap, each win, if you like, on the court is worth 2 points. So if Kubala gets a couple of 3 wins here, he'll actually win the match from position 8. He's looking for an 8 to ace. It's Kubala. It's a double 6. It's just a normal serve. So if it was a 5 or a 7, he'd fault. An 8 is an ace. Any other number, it's a normal serve. So Zulaka here now, who's also a top player, he's looking at 3 to 9 to return it. 6, he returns it. 4 to 9 for Kubala. 7, he returns it. Zulaka, 3 to 9. 3 it is. He returns it. Just low ball. Kubala, 10. Oh, it's outside. And Zulaka takes over. So Kubala's life in the spotlight there was short-lived. And Zulaka now, as we're on the sort of second lap, picks up 2 points for that win. So next up is Goanaga. So Zulaka's in a good position here, even though he's some points behind Gaexi. He's looking to roll a 6 for an ace. It's a 9. It's not a fault, just a normal serve. Goanaga with an 8, and he does not return it on that 3 to 7. So great serve and volley there by Zulaka, who now picks up another 2 points. So he's on 4 now. This is pretty cool. Irondo now, the Miami Chargers. Gorex is hoping that some of these guys take Zulaka out of the match for his win bonus. Zulaka with the serve. Rolls a 7. It's just a normal serve. Irondo, crack. Needs 2 to 7. Has to be on the board. It's an 8. And that is not good enough. And Zulaka now is also on 6 points and is sitting at match point. And the only person that can stop him is Manu from the Cesta Cyclones. Zulaka needs a 6 to ace. Oh, it's an 8. Normal serve. Manu, 3 to 9 to return it. It's a 7. He returns it. Zulaka, 3 to 9. It's an 11. He's missed it. And Manu, Manu now takes the 2 points and stops Zulaka from winning. This is Alai. And next up, it's Spinner. I have to see if they go through a third time. Is it worth 3 points? Let's just have a quick check of the rules. Doesn't often happen like this. Doesn't actually say. It just says it goes to 2 points. I think we'll just continue it on at 2 points. Okay, Manu, looking for a 9 for ace. Rolls a 9. Never in doubt. Manu now coming out of the clouds to 4 points. Spinner didn't have a chance. What a serve there by Manu. In comes Joseph, my $5 bet. Manu on the charge, looking for a 9, rolls a 12. That's a normal serve. Joseph 2 to 6 on the return. Whoop, there's a 6. This is not going to be good. That's a miss. And Joseph doesn't stop Manu also getting to 6 points, and it's match point Manu. Oh, and look who it is. Joseph. Should be Kubala next. Joseph. No, because he won a game. No, it's Goxeri is next. Wow. Yeah, because Kubala actually won a point last time. He went back one position in the deck. So it's Goxeri versus Manu, and they both have 6 points. So this is for the match. Manu serving, requiring a 9. Oh, get some walls on here. 5, just a normal serve. 4 to 9 Goxeri. It's a 10, and he doesn't serve it, and Manu takes the match. Manu will be first. Now, sometimes they do play for the second and third places, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to play to the win. So basically, I would have a single point between Goxeri and Zulaka to see who came second and third. Oh, hell, we'll do it. So we'll play. Goxeri can take over there, because that's what they would do. They would play out the places. So as it happens, it's basically just 1 point. Okay, so Goxeri's going to serve it because he was on court, and he rolls the 7 and he just aces it. So there you go. So Goxeri second, Zulaka third. Okay, so Manu was your winner at 6 to 1. I'm not going to work out all this stuff here, but so let's have a quick look at the second game, and we'll play through that one, and then what? In fact, so maybe I'll leave it there, and we'll come back to this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up my. So here are the cards. So obviously, if you're interested in the game, it's a cool game. Plays really well. The game itself from Play Games comes with lots and lots of players, and what I've done, is I've made 30 players from the sort of, I think it was the 2021 season, or it was the sort of first or second season that the rules changed into teams, and that kind of like inspired me to make these cards. And so what I'll do is I'll line them up on the community post page, and you'll be able to sort of copy them down. And there's only this set. I haven't done any other seasons, although I have got, I just noticed in my notes here, which of course I've lost. No, I did notice here I've got my sort of like formulas and stuff when I was working out all the different players, and what their ranges should be. So it's possible that I could do a new season, and see whether you guys would like me to do that, if you're interested. Right, guys, thanks very much, and thanks for taking a look at Jai Alai. It's I think it was one of the first sort of print and play, along with my favorite print and play game, which is Roller Rumble. Um, it's a good game, and it basically it has the speed of the sport, which is something I really appreciate. Is sometimes it can be too sports games can be too stat heavy, trying to replicate something that's happening fast. And so in this game, it's fast. It's like the ball is bouncing off the wall, and you throw in to see whether they get it or not. It's an ace. And of course, I added the wrinkle of the sort of like the big shot, if you like. Right, guys, thanks very much. I think that's it for the weekend. So that will be 3 videos. and I'll see how I get on next weekend. I do want to get back to my greyhound racing game, and I've also got an interesting game that Matt has given me the stuff for. um, Snoopy Racing. So we'll see how we get on with that one. It's like Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all of the Peanuts gang are sort of racing around in boxcars and go-karts, and that's really cool. I mean, what more do you want, you know? Right, guys, have a great weekend, and remember to keep drinking water. It's warm out there. Right, thanks very much. God bless. Bye.